Hi everyone, Katrina here from Sport Manawatu Active Team. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take you through a resistance band routine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking you through our warm-up, then we'll get into those resistance band exercises and finish with our cool down. Now, hopefully all of you are enjoying your experience through the Green Prescription program and you're getting some really good benefits. And as we say, when you come onto this program, this is about you guys understanding what you're able to do, doing it at your pace. Remember, it's really important that you do listen to your body, so if something doesn't feel quite right or painful, don't keep enduring with that exercise, all right? So we're going to aim to go through the exercise routine full body as we do in class, 10 to 15 repetitions. But before we get into those exercises, what's the most important thing we need to do? We need to start out with a warm-up. So I'm going to take you through a nice gentle warm-up. Again, take it at your pace and let's have some fun. Alright, so again, when we're sitting in the chair position, as I always remind you in class, it's always really good that you maintain really good posture. So keep your tummy in, nice flat back, shoulders relaxed. Alright, so let's just start by moving the lower leg. So we're just pumping up and down onto the ball of the foot. Alright, once we get the legs going, let's start moving the arms. And have a little bit of a coordination here, warming up the brain as well. Alright, again, just cueing in, are my shoulders relaxed? Should feel nice and comfortable. Alright, let's transition now into a march. So we're lifting the feet up off the ground now. Again, just lifting the knees just as high as it's comfortable for you. Go at the speed that's comfortable for you as well. Alright, once we've got that going, let's start twisting to the knee that we're lifting up off the ground. How is that feeling? Making sure we're not putting any strain on our back as we're just getting a nice gentle twist, warming up that lower back. Well done. Alright, so we convert now to extending the legs forward. Now, as I tell you in class, this isn't an exercise for everyone, so if your knees don't feel too good with this, just maybe go back to that march. So legs are going, let's get the arms going along as well. Make sure you don't fully extend those knees. We don't want to be locking those knees, that's not good. So just to a slight bend and then controlling it down. All right, so next warm-up exercise. Going to take one knee out to the side and then the other side. So remember with this one, don't twist the knee. It's all about this large part of the knee or the leg coming out to the side and back so that my lower leg just hangs underneath the knee rather than twisting out. All right, so alternate taking the legs out and then open up the arms to have more of that full body warm up. All right. Little bit of movement, so we'll do some more rotation work. So we'll just twist to one side and then twist to the other. Let's repeat that one more time and back. Okay, let's move up to those shoulders. See some shoulder rolls and let's change the direction. Should be starting to feel nice and loose, a little bit warm. Let's look to one shoulder, so turning the neck, and then look to the other shoulder. Again, let's repeat that one. So look again to one shoulder, and then back. Now drop the ear to the shoulder, and then to the other side. Important you don't do this too fast, you might get a little bit lightheaded, so just take your time, taking it through the range of motion that's comfortable for you. So looking forward, let's look down and look up. Look down and up. Really good to make sure that you work on your mobility of your neck. All right, so let's have the arms relaxed to the side. We're nearly done with the warm-up, so now we're just going to lift the arms up to shoulder height and lower them down. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulders as you raise your arms. the shoulders stay down, and the arms just raise up just to shoulder height and down. Bring it up, hold, down. Let's do one more of those. Now we're going to hold it up there just at shoulder height. Again, cueing in and my shoulders relax, and then I'm just going to beat the arms up and down. 9, 10. From that movement, going to reach, reach. Reach as high as you can. Make sure those shoulders feel comfortable. 8, 9 and 10. Reach out in front again. No higher than shoulder height, palms facing towards each other. Let's speed it out. And let's go back to the reaching one more time. Reach it up. Feel a nice stretch right along the side of your body as you reach the arms up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done everyone. So that's our warm up. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer now, and we'll get ready to get the band out and do our resistance band exercises. Alrighty, so let's get into the resistance bands. So just a reminder, the bands that you get through us at Sport Manawatu come in different levels of resistance. So the one that I'm using this morning is the light resistance. The red is the medium, blue is heavy, black is extra heavy. Now as we mentioned in class, if you find that it becomes a little bit too easy, you're welcome to come back and grab another one off us that will take you up that next level. Alright, so green is light, red is medium, blue heavy, black extra heavy. Right, enough talking, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the upper body, and we're going to take the band over the back. We're going to anchor it underneath our armpits. Again, cueing you, shoulders relax, sitting up nice and tall. Now, the closer you hold in, the more resistance that you will create. Alright, so when you're ready, we're going to push forward and then slowly bring the band back. It's all about that control. Push forward and slowly bring back. Let's go for 5 of these. It's number 3, 4. Let's do one more. Push it forward. Now let's make that a punching motion. So alternate the arms coming forward. Let's do 10 of those. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, back to the double push forward for another 5. Let's cue in again. Are our shoulders relaxed or are they starting to creep back up? Let's drop them down again. 3, 4 and 5. Now let's punch across the body. Twist and punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Well done. So we'll take the band from the back there. So that exercise we just did, you'll feel it, should be feeling in the back of the arms and the chest, not so much up here. If you are feeling it in the upper back, around the base of the neck, then you are holding your shoulders up, so that will be your cue. Alright, so now we alternate with the lower body with an exercise. So we're going to wrap the band around our thighs. Now, the tighter we pull that band, the stronger that resistance will be. So you determine how that's going to be. So you can rest our hands, relax those fingers. I'm going to push the knees out and then slowly bring the legs back. Let's do 5 of those. Pushing out, slowly in. Like I said again, it's all about that control. It's 4 and 5. Alright, shuffle the feet slightly apart there, sitting up tall, alternate legs as we lift the knees up for the march. 4, we're going to do 10 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to pushing the knees out. 5, 1. Again, just taking it out as far as it's comfortable for you. Listen to those hips. 4 and 5. Back to the march. Just lifting that knee as high as it's comfortable for you. If you start to feel like you're slanting back, probably you're lifting that knee a bit high. So just lower it down. Once that foot leaves the ground, you're working those hip flexors. One more on each leg. Well done. All right, so we're going to take that back up to the upper body. We're going to go through a second series of that same exercise we just did with the chest. All right, so again, good reminder, nice posture, sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed. Going to mix it up a little bit here. So we're going to punch, punch, double. Then we're going to punch across, double. Let's have some fun with this, okay? So you can vary it up how you like at home. Doesn't always have to be the same pattern that I'm doing. I just find it just makes a little bit more fun if I just mix up what I'm doing with the exercise. All right? Punch, double. Always in control. Double. Single, single, double. Across the body and then to the front. Let's do one more cycle of those exercises. Double, across the body, last one, and double. Well done. All right, let's go back around those legs for the second set. So that's our aim, is we want to get up to doing 2 sets of the different exercises that we're doing. If you find that after 1 set you feel the muscles have had enough, stop. Okay, again, it's listening to your body. So again, we've got the band wrapped around those thighs. We adjust that resistance to the level that feels comfortable for us, sitting up nice and tall. Now, instead of pushing both legs out at the same time, what we're going to do is we're going to shift one leg out, bring it in, and then take the other. Now, just like I mentioned in warm-up, we don't want to be twisting the knee. So we don't want to take the foot out and leave the knee here. It's about taking the top part of the leg out and the bottom leg just hangs underneath. Okay? Feeling this around that upper leg, around the glute and around the hip. Good, okay, march it out. Okay, so I don't want to see that upper body swaying. I want to see it nice and controlled, sitting up nice and tall. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, back to the side. So we take the leg out to the side, bring it back in, out to the side, in. Just taking it out as far as it's comfortable for you. 3. When you start to feel those muscles a bit tired, really focus in on the technique. Technique is really important. And 5, and march it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that exercise there, you're really feeling those hip flexors doing the work and all those stabilizing muscles around the hip and your glutes. All right, so well done. We're going to move on to the next 2 set of exercises here. So we're going to anchor the band and we're going to rest the anchored band on our chest. So this is our non-working arm, so we want it relaxed. Our working arm grabs either one end or both ends of the band. Remembering if we grab both, we're going to double that resistance. So have a feel around, see what feels right. Now the elbow is going to come in and we're going to extend the arm down to the side and then slowly come up. Now when we feel that resistance getting light, make sure we take it back down before we lose it all. So I don't want to see this, okay? I want control. It's coming up. I still feel a little bit of resistance, but I want to pull it back down to keep that muscle in contraction rather than relaxing it, turning the muscle on, relaxing. All right? So let's work through about 10 to 15 of those. Another thing to think about is my shoulder relaxed? If I feel like I'm having to push my shoulder into that exercise, the resistance is too strong. So I need to either make it less by making that grip a little bit lower on the band, or if I was holding 2, obviously letting go of 1, so that my shoulder will stay relaxed, there's no movement, and I'm just feeling it in the back of that arm there and those tricep muscles. All right, so once you've done one arm, let's go over and work the other side as well. So again, I anchor, this arm is relaxed. Determine where that position on the band is going to be appropriate for the resistance, and I extend the arm down to the side. Nice and controlled. Another thing, sometimes people take the arm away, just try and relax that elbow to the side of the body and just think, bend the elbow, extend the arm. Bend the elbow, extend the arm. Well done everyone. So feeling those arms a bit warmer now. So again, 10 to 15 repetitions. Couple more. Well done. All right, let's go back down to the lower body. Going to do some work on these thighs. So we're going to do the leg extension. So if you'd like to add resistance, you're going to grab one leg of the chair and tie it to one leg of yours. Now again, as I mentioned in warm-up, this movement is not too friendly on all knees. So if you do have pain with this, skip this exercise. All right, so again, remembering that the lower I sit that band on my leg, the more resistance I will create versus if I had the band up a bit higher up the leg. So I'm going to place it down low to make sure that I get full resistance from this exercise. Thinking on my posture, sitting up nice and tall, and flex the toe, so that means pull the toe towards my body rather than pointing to the ground. So I pull, and then I slowly extend the leg forward, and then bring it down. Extending it forward, slowly down. Now again, I don't want to fully extend so my knee locks. I'm just bringing it up to a slight bend, and then I'm lowering it down. We want to be feeling the work here on the thigh. You may be feeling it a little bit in the inner or the outer, and that's fine. The main thing is we're not feeling pressure or pain in that knee joint. And again, some of you may actually find that coming a little bit up in that extension is fine, but if you go a little bit further, that's when you start to feel it a little bit not so good in the knee, so don't go that far, okay? So again, listen to your body, find the range of motion that feels comfortable for you, and then control the movement that you're performing. All right, I think I've done enough on that leg. Let's take it to the other leg. Another good little tip as we're going through these exercises is to really start understanding where your strengths and weaknesses are in your body. So we probably do have a dominant side, so don't keep favouring that side or keep thinking, oh, I'll just work the side that feels easy and just go a little bit lighter on the side that's a bit harder. Actually, work that side of the body that's not feeling as strong, because we want to create that balance in our body. So again, we want to flex the toe, pull the toe towards the body, and then slowly extend forward. All right, so again, we want to be feeling it in the thigh. Sometimes what people do, especially if they are struggling with that resistance they've created, is they may want to feel like lifting the hip. We don't want to lift the hip. So I always think keep the thigh, or the back of the thigh I should say, not the thigh, the hamstring area in contact with the chair. If you feel that that is taking away from the chair, then you are lifting your hip. So cue it, keep the leg in contact with the chair as you're performing this extension exercise. Okay, so 10 to 15 of those. And then once you've done, let's untie that band. All right, so the next set of exercises, what we're going to do is we're going to anchor the band underneath our feet. Once we're sort of comfortable, we'll take that hand position down a little bit lower, and then we'll come and sit up nice and tall. All right, so shoulders and arms stay relaxed during this exercise. This is for our lower back, not for our arms. So try to resist that temptation of wanting to pull back on the band. This is a time for the arms just to relax. So keeping the back straight, we're going to bend at the hips bend down as far as it's comfortable for you, and then we pull back up. All right, so slowly coming down, arms and shoulders relaxed, and back. Now as soon as we come forward, we are working those muscles. So don't think that you're not doing yourself justice if you can't go all the way down. You should feel those muscles start to engage as soon as you bend forward, because if they didn't, you'd be flopping forward, all right? So listen to that body. If I want to create more resistance, I grip lower. If it's feeling too hard, take that hand position up higher. All right? So 10 to 15. Nice and controlled. Another tip, keep the eyes looking forward. If I drop and then look up and drop, I might get a little bit dizzy. So just keep your eyes looking forward, back nice and straight, and maybe just look at a spot. Just keep your eyes focused on that as you're doing this exercise. And that will only stop you from maybe getting a bit dizzy, but also help to keep that back straight. All right, same position on that bend, but instead of bending forward, what we're going to do is we're going to do side bends. So we're just going to bend to the side and then to the other side. So notice that my arms are not pulling on that band, they're relaxed, and it's all about that side flexion in my spine. Now I want to keep my bottom in contact with the chair. If my bottom tends to lift like this, I'm probably just swinging from side to side rather than getting that curve in the spine that we're trying to achieve, the lateral flexion. So this, feel the nice stretch here, and these muscles will be doing the work to pull us back to that upright position. The hardest thing with these last two exercises is getting people to relax those arms. So we always have that tendency, you want to pull back, but just try to relax the arms and the shoulders and let the torso muscles do the work. So again, let's aim to do between 10 and 15 on each side. Okay, transition to from the lower back to the upper back. So I want you to take that hand position a bit higher now. I like to hold the band now so that my thumb is up, my wrist is in a neutral position. Okay. I'm going to rest my hands on the side of my thighs. I'm thinking about my posture again, making sure that I'm sitting up nice and tall. I like to keep my legs at about shoulder width apart, and that just helps with the hips as well, rather than sitting like this or like that. Everything's in line nicely. All right, so from here, I think of taking my hands along the outside of my thighs to my hips, and my elbows come back. And then I run the hands forward again. So think of pinching those shoulder blades together as you pull the arms back. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 of these. Again, I don't want to see this, the shoulders being lifted, the shoulders rolled back. You should feel a nice stretch in the chest as I'm contracting the muscles in my upper back as I pull back. I'm going to move that to single arm row. So I'm going to pull one arm back and then I move the other. So alternate, pulling the arms back. Again, I'm thinking about pulling my shoulder blade towards my spine, and that will make my shoulders roll back rather than up. Let's do a few more on each arm. Okay, let's go back to the double row. So double pull back, let's hold that for a moment and then come forward. Let's do 5, so this is number 2. Number 3, 2 more, 4, last one, 5. And speed it up a little bit, single arm rows, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Let's go back to that lower back. So hand position again, lower on that band. Sitting up nice and tall, arms and shoulders relax. Bending forward. Remember to concentrate, looking at one position, keep those eyes up. Let's do 5. Back nice and straight. That's 2. 3, 2 more. 4 and 5. Combine that with the side bends. Let's do 5 on each side. So remember, just want to try and get a nice flexion in the spine. Arms and shoulders stay relaxed. And we're feeling those muscles on the side of the torso, getting a nice stretch and also doing some work to pull us back to the upright position. Last one on each side. All right, back to the front, 5 more to the front. So back nice and straight, eyes looking up, arms and shoulders relax. 3, 4, and 5. To the sides again, 5 on each side. You may find as you're going through these exercises, you're able to go down a little bit further. The muscles are getting warm, relaxing up a little bit. Last ones. Well done. All right, back to the upper back, so that rolling action. Hand position higher, thumb up. And we're going to combine the single arm and the double arm. So I'm going to get you to all do a double arm. And then follow that with a single on each arm. So we're just mixing it up again, all right? So you can do whatever combination you like. Make it different, make it fun. Double back and single. Just always in control of the movement. Cue in again. Are my shoulders relaxed? Am I rolling them back or am I lifting them up? Let's do a few more cycles of that. Really feeling it between the shoulder blades, this exercise. So we pull the elbows back behind the body. One more cycle, double and single. Great work, everyone. All right, so now we're going to work these bicep muscles. So we're going to have the arms relax to the side of the body. I think of anchoring the elbows to the side of the body, so I don't want your elbows coming up as we do this. So relax the arms. You're going to curl the arms up and slowly down. Now this is a good reminder about that hand position. So like I said, I prefer the thumb up, because if I had my thumb down, note the difference on what happens to my wrist. Okay, this stays in the neutral position. This one has to fight and pull that band up as well. So thumb up, band comes out where the thumb is. All right, so in position everyone, elbows to the side of the body, let's curl up and control it down. Double curl up, slowly down. Let's go up to 5 of these. So this is number 3, 2 more, 4, last one. Single arm curls, pump it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the doubles, double curl up. Just a reminder about that resistance. If it's feeling a bit light, take that hand position lower down on the band. Vice versa, feeling a bit heavy, position the hand a little bit higher. 4, 5, and single arm, pump it up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to work the back of the shoulder. So you're going to crisscross the band and you're going to alternate taking the arm across the body. Across the body. So my arm is straight and I'm making a Y shape as I take the arm up. Now if you feel that you're doing this, then maybe grip a bit higher on the band, or if you've run out of space on the band, just let the band go and just do the body weight. Okay, I want to be getting tied up here, all right? I want to relax the shoulder. I want to swing the arms out. With any of these exercises we do, if you feel the resistance, especially maybe in that second set, it's just getting a bit too heavy and you're finding the technique is not as good as what it should be, just do your body weight, okay? You're still working those muscles, but we're putting the appropriate resistance that we need to get the benefit from the exercise that we're doing. Okay, do one more on each side. Awesome, so we're feeling that one in the back of the shoulder there. All right, let's re-grip the band if you let go for that one. Going to do some more arm curls. All right, so back to the double curl up, slowly down. Keep those elbows nice and close to the body. 2, 3, we'll do the same pattern as what we did in that first set. 4 and 5. Let's pump it up for single arm. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Double, one more series, 1, 2, should be starting to feel those muscles getting nice and warm and tired. I am. 4, one more, 5, finish with those single arm pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Awesome. Okay, now let's head down to the lower part of the body, the lower leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a band underneath the front portion of your foot. Try not to sit it in the middle or even the back, because that'll take away the resistance that we can create from this band. So place it around the toes, forefoot off your foot. Take both ends of the band to the opposite hand and give it a pull, and then use your other foot there as an anchor. Now for this exercise, the heel stays in contact with the ground. So the foot that's tied up, that's our working foot. This one just needs to stomp down and hold that resistance. So first movement is just pulling the toe towards the shin. So pulling the foot up, taking it down. Remember, keep the heel in contact with the ground. So this movement, you're going to be feeling the muscle along your shin bone doing the work. Again, it's all about that control. Don't just pull the foot up and then flop the foot down. Control it up and control the movement down. Trying to eliminate any sort of momentum. Keep the muscle always in control of the movement that you're performing. Okay, so again, after we've done 10 to 15 of those, keep the toe pulled up. This time we're going to turn the toe away from the body and then turn it back in. Turning it away and slowly come in. Now the trick with this one, to do it well, is not to be using your whole leg. So that means turning from the hip. See what's happening there? My whole leg is turning out. I want you to try to minimize any movement from the knee up and just use the strength in these muscles from the side of the lower leg to do that movement of turning the foot away. So again, if you're doing this well, you will start to feel some muscle fatigue happening in this part of the leg. So nice and controlled. You control that range of motion that's comfortable. A few more. Well done. So we'll repeat those same 2 exercises on the other foot. Take it off. Again, I want to position it at the front of the foot. Both ends of the hand band to the opposite hand. Give it a tug. Obviously, the stronger I tug it, that more resistance I'm going to create. And use the other foot to just hold that band down and hold the resistance. So pulling the toe up. Nice and controlled. Let's do a few more. All right, keep the toe up. Now let's turn the foot away. Again, let's try to minimize any movement from the knee up. Now if you are struggling with this exercise, remove the resistance and let's just focus on the body weight. Okay, so let's turn that foot away and bring it back. If you find that you're doing this well, but as soon as you put the resistance on, that's when you start turning the hip, that's probably indicating to you that actually these muscles aren't strong enough, and that's the reason why it's going back up to that upper leg to turn. All right, so just stick with the body weight exercises and then slowly start to introduce a little bit of resistance. Do it well with the technique. Okay, feel it working these muscles on the side of the lower leg. We don't want to be feeling it up at the hip. Okay, well done team. So to finish the muscles in the lower leg, let's get to the exercise that'll work those calf muscles. So I'm going to get you all to stand up and we're going to come to the side of the chair. You can place your bands down because we're not going to need that for this exercise. Use your hand on the chair for support, especially if you start to feel a little bit wobbly. We want to keep you nice and stable. My feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. All right, and we're going to slowly push up onto the ball of our foot and then lower down slowly. Don't let the heels have full contact with the ground before you push up. So they kind of hover, nearly touching, and then I push back up. It's definitely going to make it feel a little bit harder, but you're going to get more of a workout for those lower leg muscles. By all means, if you do find this really challenging, do rest the heels on the ground in between. So let's aim to do 10 to 20 of those. You should feel a nice burning sensation in the back of those lower legs. Don't know if you think it's nice, but you should be definitely feeling those lower leg muscles doing a good amount of effort as we push up onto the ball of the foot. One thing, if you do find this quite easy on both, balance your weight onto one foot, same thing, pushing up and slowly down. Obviously, if you take this technique, don't forget to do it on the other leg as well. All right. For me, I'm just going to go back to the double. I find that more than challenging enough for me, and I'll complete my set. So again, 10 to 15. One modification that we can do if you do find that you're not too comfortable being on both feet, standing up, is you can return back to your chair and do the same thing except in a seated position. So you're just going to push up onto the ball of the foot and lower down. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so that will conclude our resistance band session. Shortly we'll go down into the warm down. Okay, well done guys. So let's move into the warm down phase of the routine. So we're going to do some nice stretches. Again, as we go through these stretches, listen to the body. Stretches shouldn't be painful. You should definitely feel like you're stretching the muscle, but just stretch it to the point that it's comfortable and you can hold the stretching position. All right, so let's start by giving ourselves a hug, a well-deserved hug. So we're just wrapping the arms around in front. Make sure that we're not holding the shoulders up. The shoulders should stay relaxed. This is a nice gentle stretch for your upper back. If you'd like, you can just lower your head so that everything feels relaxed. Okay, unwrap those arms. Now we're going to go to the chest. You can either take your hands to the chair and push the chest forward, or if you have a little bit more flexibility, link the hands together and push the chest forward. So nice relaxed breathing with the stretching. Should feel nice on those muscles you've just been working. So we want to hold our stretches for at least 15 seconds. If you like, hold them longer. Okay, moving to the shoulder. Let's take one arm across the body, and with the other arm we're just going to gently pull the arm in and across the body. So for this stretch, we will be feeling it right around the shoulder to the front. Shouldn't have the shoulder up by my earlobe. Again, shoulder is relaxed and then I pull it across. Okay, let's do that same stretch but with the other arm. So the other arm goes across the body. And again, just gently pulling it across until we feel a nice gentle stretch around that shoulder. Really good time again to really focus in on your breathing. Nice deep breaths. Start winding the body down. Great. All right, so now the back of the arm, those triceps, we're going to try and lift the elbow up. Now if you are quite limited in the mobility of your shoulder, you may find that you only lift it up to here, so maybe just use the other arm to support it. If you're able though, take the elbow right up and stretch out. So feeling the stretch in that back of that arm, that tricep muscle. And let's do it to the other arm. So other elbow up. And nice deep breaths. Okay, relax the arms, give them a bit of a shake. And let's turn and twist. Looking over one shoulder and hold. Slowly come back to the center, same on the other side. Okay. Coming back to the center, let's stretch out the neck, so ear to shoulder. If you want to add a little bit more resistance, place one hand on the other side and just gently pull the ear to the shoulder. So feeling a nice stretch along the side of the neck down to that shoulder. Okay, slowly bring back to neutral. Again to the other side. Okay, and looking up. Let's extend one leg forward now. Try and keep the leg straight. Don't want to be locking that knee, but we want a nice straight leg there. Toe, again, flexing it, so pulling the toe towards the body. At the hips, we bend forward. And maybe think about spider walking your fingers down the leg and stopping once we feel a nice gentle stretch along that back of that leg, and hold. Slowly walk those fingers back up and then extend out the other leg. So again, nice straight leg, pull the toe towards the body and fold over the leg until you feel that nice gentle stretch and hold. Taking some nice deep breaths so that as you're in this stretching position, keep the body relaxed. And slowly coming back up. Okay, to finish our stretching for the cool down, I'll get you all to stand up. And again, place a chair in a position where you can put your hands on if you need a little bit of support. I'm going to stretch out the back of the lower leg, so I'm going to ask you to take one leg back. This leg stays straight, the back leg, and you're going to try and keep that heel on the ground as you push forward onto the front leg. So the front leg is bent. Okay, so you're just pushing forward and trying to feel a nice gentle stretch in the back of that lower leg and that calf muscle. Usually this one feels really good. Those lower leg muscles get tight. So again, try and keep that heel in contact with the ground. Okay, so bring that back leg forward. Let's switch it with the other leg. So other leg goes back. Push that back heel in the ground, into the ground as we push forward onto the front leg. And standing up. Okay, so for the last stretch that we're going to do today, we're just going to place the feet position so that they're slightly wider than the hips. We're going to bend one knee and transfer the weight onto that leg by opening up this inner thigh. Okay, one thing to think about with this exercise is that I'm not pushing my knee forward. Okay, I want to sit back, so I think of putting my bottom back like I'm sitting down, and that'll release that pressure on that knee and focus in on that stretch of that inner thigh. Okay, so again, we want a nice comfortable stretch. It shouldn't be painful, but we're definitely feeling a nice stretch along that inner thigh. Slowly transferring the weight to the opposite leg. Again, that knee bends, but my bottom pushes back, not onto that knee. Opens that inner thigh up, feel a nice gentle stretch and hold. And slowly standing up. Well done everyone, so that concludes our workout for today. Reminder that all these exercises are in your green prescription journal that you got with the program. If you have any questions or concerns, never hesitate to contact the green prescription team. We're here to support you and make sure that your fitness and health journey is a successful one. Thank you.